Hello, everybody. Have you guys ever heard of Murphy's Law? Because if you have, then you're in good company. I've been using it most of my life. If you haven't, let me just bring you up to speed. Murphy's Law is the basic statement that says whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Now, it's a very negative projection and used by people like me in my former profession to anticipate all sorts of bad outcomes so that we're always prepared for it. Now, from a pilot and safety point of view, that might be relevant. But in your general life, you're not really helping yourself with that idea. You see, what you're doing is you're telling your subconscious mind something negative, and you're basically telling it to go and get that. Now, it doesn't mean that it always happens like that. It just depends on how much energy you put into it. But I used to use it in a way of, well, I'm prepared for it. If it happens, then I'm ready for it. I won't be disappointed, and I can spring into action. And if something better happens, then that's a positive bonus. Now, in my personal life, I really find something works better. Now, my mind is like your mind and like everybody's mind. The way you program it, that's what you're going to get out of it. So, when we think of Murphy's Law and we think of a negative projection of the future, what we're doing is we're doing two things. We're having a conscious thought, which is negative, which is already a very bad thing in itself. And that conscious idea is impressing a subconscious idea, and that will then go out and execute your command. Subconscious mind is your slave. It'll do what you tell it to do. You tell it something is going to go break, something is going to go wrong, it's going to help for that to happen. So, really, what I'm trying to say is you have the choice. I never noticed how bad this whole idea was until recently. And it's only through study and study and study that I begin to understand and develop the awareness of what I'm doing to myself by using something like Murphy's Law and thinking that it might help me. In fact, it doesn't. It actually does the total opposite. It helps to create the negative outcomes that I so dread. Now, to explain that a little bit more, just know this. Your subconscious mind doesn't have the ability to judge anything. It just gets told by your conscious mind what to do, what to think, what to feel. So if your conscious mind says it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong. If your conscious mind says it's going to be great, guess what? Your subconscious will say, oh, okay, he says it's going to be great, so it's going to be great. And it's going to resonate with everything that makes it going to be great, and vice versa. So your subconscious mind has to create an image in its imagination. Why? Because we can't see fear. We can't see faith. Those two polar opposites that we're entertaining in the future projection are not available to our visible senses. So we have to create an image because our mind works in images, right? So what I'm trying to say is you have the choice. You can, for the same amount of effort that you would invest in creating a negative idea, you can create a beautiful positive one. You can say to yourself and program your subconscious mind thereby and say, hey, it's going to be great. This is going to be just on time. It's going to be perfect, in excellent condition. It's going to work for me the way it's supposed to work, etc. Whichever it may be the case, you choose. What I'm just trying to say here is if you use Murphy's Law, be very careful because you might be doing yourself a disservice by thinking too much about these negative outcomes. Now, why am I not realizing that before? Because all the study I've done has finally led me to that awareness. That awareness has brought me to understand that all of this subconscious mind really is one big storage for the paradigm. Paradigm is what drives all our results. And paradigm is what makes me use Murphy's Law all the time because it's something I've been brought up with and that's been working for me most of the years. Why, so I thought. How little did I understand it. Now, I could talk a long time about paradigms because I find it a fascinating subject and I've learned quite a bit about it. But who knows better about paradigms than the master himself? Bob Proctor, the man who's been studying paradigms for the last 60 years, has been teaching it for over 50, is holding one of his rare paradigm shift seminars. This is a global live stream event. You don't have to be anywhere, just be home and use your laptop or whatever is your device, your phone if you so want. Full replay, 3 days of powerful understanding of how your paradigm influences you and drives the results that you have, whether you like them or not, and how you can turn them from what you don't like into more of what you do like. It's not something you can learn in a book, I can assure you. You need to really dig deep. Subconscious mind is not something easy to access. So I'm going to be there in the virtual front row. And I'd love to see you there as well, because I love this material and I want to share it with as many people as I can, because it can potentially change your life. It has certainly done big changes to mine, and not just the paradigms, all the other teachings of Bob as well. But that we'll go into that in another day. Here, I just want to invite you, join me on this very inexpensive event. I can send you a direct link to the ticketing, straight to the registration page, and it's 3 days of amazing teaching. If you don't think this is a good idea, then I don't know what you're going to do for yourself, but please think about your future, because a New Year's wish like that isn't going to do anything. If you want to have great results this year, you need to make an impulse. This could be one of them. PM me, phone me, WhatsApp me, email me, message me, whatever way you choose, whichever way you know how to choose to get to me, just tell me you want a ticket link and I'll send it to you. I'd love to see you there.